If you're looking for a Halloween experience that's exciting and eerie, this is it. Roast's Halloween afternoon tea brings all the spooky vibes in the most delicious way possible. From ghostly mushroom treats to skull-shaped cocktails, every detail is beautifully themed and perfectly presented. And yes, it tastes just as good as it looks. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let me show you why this might be London's most enchanting Halloween experience. Hello you guys, I am back in Borough Market for another afternoon tea review, and this one I'm actually filming after work. It's currently 5:30 p.m. and there is a Halloween afternoon tea at Roast, which I've been to before, that I just had to try for you guys, and the only time I could squeeze it in was on a Thursday afternoon after work, which is why I'm here at this time. I actually booked it for 6, so I am very early. I'm hoping they're going to let me in a little bit early. If not, I'll just have a little wander around, a little bit of a mooch before the afternoon tea. But I'm very excited to try this because I've seen people rave about it and say it's so much fun. So I just had to take you guys along to experience it with me. I am actually going to try and pop this review up as quick as I can, probably on the weekend before Halloween. So if you're seeing it weekend before Halloween, happy Halloween. It's actually my favourite holiday out of all of them. I absolutely love it. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Halloween or scary movie is. But without further ado, let's head over to Roast and go and try their Halloween themed afternoon tea. So this is what the entranceway looks like. Apologies if there's a bit of background noise. There's currently a train going over the head of me. This is literally, so Borough Market is right under some of the rail lines, so it can get quite noisy here, but this is what the entrance looks like. They've made it a little bit more spooky. Last time we came here, it had a similar sort of decor with the sunflowers, but it didn't have all of these Halloween decorations. So I love that they've done this cute little update for the Halloween theme. Tea, and the decor in here is incredible. So they've kind of done a twist on what they had before. If you watched my Roast review last time, it was covered in sunflowers. It's still got a lot of that decor, but what I love is it's kind of got this late autumnal twist to it. So there's not as much of the flowers in the display. You can probably still see some of them behind me, but they've also mixed it in with the pumpkins and more of the Halloween-y stuff. They've got some scarecrows dotted around, some skulls. It's very seasonally decorated, which I absolutely love because, as I mentioned, Halloween is like my favorite holiday. I absolutely love it, so I couldn't resist bringing you guys along to this. And I've been having a look at the afternoon tea menu, so I've got that in front of me here. I think this one is priced really, really well. So it's actually £49 per person for afternoon tea at Roast with just standard tea, and then it goes up to £59 with a cocktail, which again I think is really reasonable. An additional £10 is actually not too much of a supplement. If you want to add a glass of champagne, it goes up to £69, so it's kind of an extra £20 if you add the glass of champagne, or an extra £10 if you add the cocktail. Personally, I'm going to go for the addition of the cocktail because I just feel like that's the best value, but also they have some incredible cocktails on the menu. So they've got Petal and Poison, which is Dead Man's Fingers Spiced Golden Rum. That's quite hard to say. Shaken with passion fruit liqueur, pineapple and lime. So that's quite a nice sweet one. Then they've got Devil's Whisper, which is Dead Man's Fingers Tequila, Dark Cassis and Pink Grapefruit. That sounds like it would be quite nice and sharp. Island Curse is, again, the Dead Man's Fingers rum with pineapple, orange and cranberry. That sounds like it'd be a nice fruity one. And then also you've got Pump Killed, which is the one I think I'm going to go for. That is a gin, pumpkin puree, and then stirred with blood orange, cinnamon and fresh citrus. I love a cinnamon flavour. I also love pumpkin as well. So I feel like I have to go for the Pump Killed cocktail here. I'm just very excited to try this. So to point out the differences, obviously I've come for afternoon tea here before and I loved it. So the savoury items are actually the same as with previous afternoon teas, as are the scones. The main difference is those cocktails that I just mentioned, but also the desserts that you get. So you get 3 different desserts that are all Halloween themed and kind of spooky, which I love. So if you are also a Halloween fan like I am, I would hold off on coming to afternoon tea at Roast until it is Halloween time, because I feel like you're going to get more out of it during this time of year. I've also got the tea menu in front of me and I've been debating what to order. I can't remember what I had last time. I think it might have been the rose hip and hibiscus flowers tea. So this time I really want to try something different, and I think I might go for the passion fruit and orange tea, which is a fruit infusion, and it's a blend of passion fruit, orange, rose hip, hibiscus and apple. It just sounds delicious. So I think I might end up going for that. So I'm just going to put my drinks orders in to go with the afternoon tea, and then we wait for everything to arrive and for the spooky experience to begin. Okay, I've put my orders in for my drinks. I went for the pump-killed cocktail, which I mentioned before, just because the flavours sounded the best to me, and it comes in a glass that is shaped like a skull, which I'm very excited about. And then I've also ordered the tea that I mentioned as well, so I'm just waiting for everything to arrive. But I thought it was worth mentioning that the crockery is the same as last time we came here. So you've got these beautiful floral plates, and then also the cute little teacup as well. So they've got a gold trim to them, but they are a nice cute little floral pattern. And then we've also got a gold tea strainer on the table as well that I can use with my tea. So we're all set up for our afternoon tea. I'm very excited to try it. They've given me a little bit of a hint of what to expect. As I mentioned, the patisseries or the sweet treats are the bit that are the most Halloween themed, but there is also a little spooky surprise coming with the scone, which I can't wait to see. I'm very excited about it. I will of course review everything as it arrives with me, and I will let you guys know what I think of the experience. But so far, I'm enjoying myself, and I feel like this is super fun. I think they actually let you do the afternoon teas until quite late into the evening during the spooky season. I think I saw online that it's until maybe 8 p.m, something like that. So if you want to experience a Halloween afternoon tea, you actually can do it as maybe a post-work little outing, which is quite fun, because normally our afternoon teas are confined to just a few hours in the afternoon, and I often, now that I'm working, have to wait until the weekends to review them. So yes, I'm very happy that they let me come to this one later in the evening. So my tea has now arrived. It arrived super quickly. I don't even think I was waiting 5 minutes, and it comes in a teapot that just matches the rest of the crockery basically. It's a nice tall teapot as well, which is really lovely. So we've got a lot of tea to accompany our food items, and I've just poured this out now for myself. So I've poured the tea out into my teacup. I use the strainer, nice and easy to use. At some of the more expensive afternoon teas, they will pour the tea for you, which I think is nice, but I wouldn't expect it for a tea that is as well priced as this one, and I don't mind pouring my own tea, obviously. So I've got this here, I'm gonna try it, and I'll let you guys know what I think of the flavour. That is really tasty. It's got a really nice, light, fruity flavour to it, which I really enjoy, and I feel like with this sort of fun afternoon tea, it's nice to have a different flavour of tea to accompany it. So I'm sure that is going to be a really perfect addition. My cocktail has just arrived. Look how insane this looks. I'm going to hold it closer so you guys can see. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. It's so beautifully themed. So this is their pumpkin themed cocktail, and I love the attention to detail with this. You'll see there's a little pumpkin on the top there. And then also I love that the colour of the drink is actually black. I feel like that is so fun. So I'm going to try this. I'll let you guys know what I think. That is so nice and like spicy and seasonal. I absolutely love it. I love a good seasonal drink. I'm not going to lie. I am that girl that gets the pumpkin spice latte as soon as they launch it on the Starbucks app. So all of this is making me very, very happy. And I can actually see that my afternoon tea stand is on its way to me right now. So I'm going to film this for you. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then we'll get into reviewing the food. And they bring over the savoury and the sweet items all in one go. And then after you finish with those, they bring you the scone. As you'll remember if you watched my last video, they bring over the scone nice and warm. So I'm excited to get into this. Okay, so we're going to start with the hot savoury items for this afternoon tea, of which there are 3. So we've got a croquette, and then we've got a sausage roll, and then we've got a Scotch egg. And I love with this afternoon tea that they actually have some hot savoury items. I feel like it makes it so much more enjoyable, and I actually feel like a lot of these are very well suited to the autumn winter season. So I'm going to start with the croquette, which I've just got here. It looks so tasty and delicious, so I'm very excited to try this. I will mention, I know I mentioned it at the beginning, but these items don't really change between their regular menu and the Halloween menu, but I'll still taste test them for you guys in case you didn't see my previous video, and I'll let you guys know what I think of them. Last time I was here, I was super complimentary about the savoury items in particular, so I'm expecting that I'm going to really enjoy them again. Okay, I've got a bit of the croquette on my fork to try, so I'm going to give it a go and I'll let you guys know what I think. Just as tasty as I remember. So delicious, and I love that we've got these warm items to start with. It also kind of makes the afternoon tea feel a lot more filling in terms of the savoury items than when they just have cold sandwiches. I really like that. Next up we have the sausage roll. Now this does look slightly different than last time because I feel like it's got that more pinky red colour to it, whereas last time I think it just looked like a standard sausage roll. So I feel like they've done that for the Halloween theme, which again I do quite like. It's a sort of subtle change you can do that just makes a difference to the theming but without compromising on the flavours that you've already put together. So I'm actually just going to bite into this one rather than cutting it up, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Again, it tastes just as good as I remember. So tasty. And I really enjoy it. And I feel like because this restaurant is called Roast, it makes sense for them to have some of these warm items. And it really plays to their strengths and also helps them to stand out in the afternoon tea space, because there's so many places doing afternoon teas. I like when places do one, but they put their own unique spin on it. So finally, I've got the Scotch egg, which actually was a surprising favourite from last time when I was here. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, so I'm excited to try this again. I'm sure I'll love it just as much as I did last time. So tasty and so good. I am going to really enjoy finishing off these first 3 savouries. Once I've finished with them, I'll move on to the cold savouries, where we've got a sandwich, a roll, and then we've got a flatbread as well with some salmon on it. So I'm going to finish these off and then I'll move on to reviewing those for you guys. Okay, so I finished with the hot savoury items, so I'm going to move on to the colder ones, and I'm just going to grab them off the stand. The first one we have is some smoked salmon on a rye bread, which looks like this. Again, I feel like this pinky colour might be the hint towards Halloween with this. Very excited to try it. I love a bit of smoked salmon on a rye bread, so I'm sure I will love it. Tastes really good. I really like it. And I feel like, again, having just the one slice of rye bread rather than a sandwich is quite a nice change and quite a nice difference, because it means you don't feel like you're having too much of the same sort of stuff with the sandwiches. I'm going to pick up the sandwich that we get in this afternoon tea now as well. So I think this is a ham or a roast beef sandwich. I can't quite remember, but it's really nicely filled. I'm very excited to try it. I'm sure it's the same as one I had before, which I really liked. So let's see what I think. That is really tasty too. I'm really enjoying the savouries so far. I just feel like they're really well balanced. And like I said, they're filling enough and interesting enough that they go really well with the sweet items, which again, I'm very excited to get into. I have one final savoury item to try, which is a roll, which I'm again just gonna grab. So this is a pulled pork roll, and I think it's got applesauce in it as well. Again, I feel like this sort of flavouring is perfect for the autumn time. It just goes so perfectly for this season. So I'm going to try this and let you guys know what I think. Really tasty. I really like those. I do think that the warm savouries are a little bit stronger, but I do think these are also really good. I really enjoy them. So overall, we're off to a really good start, and I'm enjoying this experience. Now, the scone has actually just arrived with me now, and it looks amazing, and it is piping hot. That is one thing that I love about this afternoon tea. They serve you a hot scone, so you don't have to worry about it being lukewarm or cold, which I really appreciate. I'm going to grab it now and I will review it for you guys and let you know what I think. So here is the scone. As I mentioned to you guys, it is served warm to you, and it is black for the spooky season, which I absolutely love. I love that they've done something different and creative. And then you also get a strawberry jam with this, which I'll hold up here so you can see. And then you also get a clotted cream in this little pot. So that's just right here as well. Perfect amount for the one scone here. So I'm very excited to try this and to see what I think. I'm going to break this apart now. I can't do it one-handed. If I could, I would show you guys. I'm going to break it apart, show you what it looks like inside, and then we'll put the cream and the jam on top of it, and I'll let you guys know what it tastes like. I'm really intrigued to see what a black scone tastes like. I wonder if it's going to taste the same as the previous one I had here, because I absolutely loved it. So here is what the scone looks like broken apart. There is a little bit of steam coming off of it, not as much as last time, but it is, I promise you, hot, which I very much appreciate. I'm going to load it up with cream and jam, and then I will try it and let you guys know what I think. So here is the scone all loaded up. How good does that look? I can't wait to try this. I'll let you guys know what I think. The cream and the jam are definitely as good as I remember them being from last time. The scone itself, it's got a little bit of a charcoaly aftertaste to it, which I think is just due to the colouring of it, but it's still really nice. I'm still enjoying it. It's just something to note in case that's not your vibe, but I do give them points, as I mentioned, for doing some theming, doing something different for Halloween. I love the spooky season, so I'm happy with it. Okay, I've finished with the scone now, so I'm ready to move on to the sweet treats / patisseries, of which there are 3. I'm not going to lift them up to show them to camera because they're very delicate, but I did shoot little clips of each of them, so I'll insert them for you guys so you can see them up close and personal. But I'm very excited to try these, and I'm going to start with the little cute ghost mushroom. Now this is a vanilla mousse with a fresh fruit in the middle. I think it's a raspberry. So I'm going to try this now, and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are. That is so tasty. The mousse is really light and creamy, and I feel like the raspberry in there blends perfectly with it. It is a little teeny tiny one. It's the smallest of the 3 sweet treats that you get, but I still really like it. I just wish it was a little bit bigger because I'm enjoying it so much. And then second, we have this little spider dessert, which again looks so cute and spooky, and I'm just going to cut into this. I think this is like a coffee dessert, so it's going to have that nice little coffee flavour to it, and then it's also blended with raspberry as well. So I'm going to try this now, and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. I like that way more than I was expecting to. It's got kind of like a boozy flavour to it, like a Kahlua that you get in an espresso martini, but there's no alcohol actually in there, so it's just the flavour of it, and I feel like it goes really nicely with the raspberry. They blend perfectly together. I like it a lot more than I thought. I thought it was going to be way more chocolatey than it actually is. And then finally we have the sweet pumpkin dessert, which has a chocolate skull on the top of it, which looks really appealing. I love the bright orange colour of this, and I think this is also another chocolate mousse, which again, I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate desserts because by the end of the afternoon tea, I'm normally pretty full, and chocolate then to me can feel quite sickly. But I'm going to give this a go, and I'll let you guys know what my thoughts are. It's delicious. Chocolate flavour in that is more on the milky side, which I think makes it a lot more palatable and easier to go down. If it was a really dark chocolate or strong cocoa flavour, I feel like it'd be a bit intense. But the milky flavour with the praline is just delightful. It's so delicious. I actually really, really like it. So overall, I really like the patisseries here. I think they've thought them out really well. They look amazing. They taste amazing. I'm very happy with them. Okay, so now that I've tried everything, I'm going to carry on sipping my spooky little cocktail, and I'm going to let you guys know what my final thoughts are of this afternoon tea. So do I think it's worth you guys coming to this one? Absolutely. If you are a Halloween addict like I am, you need to experience this afternoon tea. It is just so much fun. What I love about Roast is their decor and their theming is amazing. They put so much care and attention into it. It's really fun and very aesthetically pleasing. So definitely worth coming down for that alone. But not only that, but the menus are really well thought out. I feel like they really put a lot of care and attention into it. The cocktails that they do are amazing. They actually offer cocktails with their regular afternoon tea as well. And I love that they do a little Halloween twist on them for the Halloween afternoon tea. I think the food menu is really, really brilliant. The savoury items are incredible. You get a little bit of a hint towards the standard menu with them, with the sausage roll and the Scotch egg, which I think is really brilliant because a lot of other afternoon teas just stick to standard savoury sandwiches. And the sweet items at this afternoon tea, the scone, I love that they've done a black scone. I think that's so cool. The only thing I'll say is I wish it just tasted a little bit better like their usual scone. But that said, it's still very tasty. And the patisseries, the sweet treats, were incredible. incredible. I love the theming of them. They all taste delicious. Just so much fun to experience. So if you love a themed afternoon tea, you definitely need to have this one on your list. It's under £50 per person if you don't add any drinks to it. And I think that's really, really reasonable for London, because compared to a lot of others, it's actually really well priced. I will also say the service here is amazing. They're so attentive. They really want you to have a good time. And that really goes a long way for me, because with a lot of these afternoon teas that we've experienced, often the service sometimes isn't that great, and it really brings it down, and it makes me really frustrated with the amount of money that I'm spending on these experiences when the service is just poor or not great. So yeah, I highly recommend that you try this afternoon tea. It's so much fun. It's definitely a place that I recommend visiting, especially if you are planning a trip to London soon. But I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this review. Let me know what your favourite part of the experience has been in the comments, and festive afternoon tea reviews are coming your way very, very soon. When I upload this video, I'll be uploading my first festive afternoon tea review in about 2 to 3 weeks. So they are coming. Stay tuned. I'm so excited to go and film those. But that's everything from me today, you guys. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you in my next video.